Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing, demonstrating, and reviewing the brand new Valentino Beauty makeup line. In my last Love It or Leave It video, I sort of posed the question to you guys to gauge your interest, and I did receive quite a bit of feedback from people who were interested in a review. And I must say I am incredibly curious about these products, so I did place an order directly on the Valentino Beauty website. Looks like everything comes in this complimentary Valentino gift box, which is a really nice touch. The line did launch about a month ago at Selfridges, but for whatever reason, they are not shipping Valentino Beauty to the United States. So if you do live in the US, you can purchase now on the Valentino website. I'll link it down below, of course. And if you sign up for their emails and text alerts, they'll send you a coupon for $15 off. So that's what I did. I'll most likely unsubscribe immediately, but I did want to take advantage of the initial savings. So I purchased 5 pieces of the collection, and my subtotal came out to $252. And that does include the initial $15 discount. Taxes will of course vary depending on where you live, but I thought that was pretty reasonable for a luxury line. I think these prices are in line with Chanel, Dior. It's not quite as expensive as Tom Ford or Hermes or Hourglass for that matter with their record-setting customizable eyeshadow palette. And I haven't watched any reviews. I know there are a few already floating around on YouTube, so this is a true fresh first impression, but I was very picky with the pieces I decided to purchase. The first item I picked up is the V-Lighter Face Base Primer and Highlighter. This retails for $58 and it's available in 2 different shades, Rosa and Ambra. I picked up Rosa because I think it will just look a little bit nicer with my skin tone. So this is described as a multitasking lightweight makeup primer formulated with skincare ingredients to provide 24-hour hydration and an instantly glowy, smoother complexion. You can wear the primer alone, under, or on top of your foundation to highlight and illuminate your skin. For hydration, the ingredients include hyaluronic acid, glycerin, and shea butter. I also picked up the Very Valentino 24-Hour Wear Liquid Foundation, which retails for $64. So it's the same price as a Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. It's described as a very light, very lasting, very Valentino foundation with a semi-matte finish, buildable coverage, breathable, lightweight texture, long-lasting 24-hour wear. It's available in 40 different shades, and it says transfer resistant. We'll see in this heat and humidity. I picked up shade MN3. So I think this is medium neutral 3. Against my better judgment, I did purchase another blush because I wanted to try one of the compacts, but I wasn't sure about the powder or the bronzer. I didn't want to go with the eyeshadow palette, so I picked up a blush in shade 3, Rosa Emozione. This looks so pretty. Kind of has a hint of luminosity, I think, based on the photos. It's described as a versatile cream to powder blush and eyeshadow that creates a radiant color finish from eye to cheek. And these retail for $58. They have a really nice shade range in these blushes. I skipped the palette, but I still wanted something for eyes, so I purchased a Dream Dust Glitter Eyeshadow, which was $32. I went with the shade Go for Gold, number 2. I just thought the photo looked so pretty with that shimmery gold glitter all over the eyelid. I just think this is so stunning. I probably won't get a ton of use out of it, but I do wear gold when I go out for a night on the town, so I think this would be nice for weekends, date nights, just to add something a little bit fun to the makeup. The very last piece I picked up was the Rosa Valentino Satin Lipstick. I picked up the shade 101A Hot Beige. I almost purchased a refill as well, but I'm on a low buy, no buy for lipstick, so I felt excessive even purchasing one at $55, but I am curious to see what the change out process is like. So this is a striking satin lip color. It's light, lasting wear. Hot Beige looked like a really nice peachy nude for summer. I was tempted to pick up a red, but I hardly wear my reds. I wanted to purchase something that I would get a lot of use out of, so I went with the Hot Beige. I zoomed you in nice and close for the demonstration portion of today's video. The only thing I have on my face right now is skincare, so I'm going to begin with the V-Lighter, the dual-use liquid light face base and top coat in the shade Rosa. I love this packaging. It feels weighted. It's a glass bottle, and I really like the details of the red and the gold. I think that's a really cool color combination. When I first saw photos of the packaging, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. This Valentino logo, I think, looks a little bit cheesy. It almost reminds me of the Gucci belt. I feel like this Valentino beauty packaging is that thick, chunky, big double G logo that you see on all of those really popular belts. I have one. In that aspect, I don't love it. I think they could have gone with something really clean and just had the Valentino logo spelled out. That probably would have been more of a classic look overall. But seeing it in person, these bottles I do think look really cute. I think it's less noticeable on the bottle. It's more noticeable in the compacts because they're a bit chunkier and you can just really see that giant gold V. I don't know if you need to give this a shake, but I'm gonna go ahead and shake it anyways because this just arrived a couple hours ago. So, been sitting on a truck for a few hours at least. Let's test it out. Ooh. Did 2 pumps. I'll just show you. It's pretty. So it's definitely a highlighter. It has glow to it. It's kind of a nice gel. I think that will be perfect. I'm going to start in the center points of the face and blend out. Ooh. Has a light fragrance to it. It's not heavy. And it smells really nice. It's very fresh. Ooh, I like that. Sometimes I don't really mind fragrance. I know a lot of people are very sensitive to fragrance or they just really don't like the smell. I typically don't mind if there's a little fragrance as long as it doesn't smell bad. I can't put anything on my face that smells bad. This smells really good. Wow, the glow is pretty. Ooh. And it feels really nice. It doesn't feel really thick and creamy. It does feel more like a gel. Of course, this has the skincare ingredients. It's supposed to give 24-hour hydration, hyaluronic acid. I could absolutely see wearing this alone or mixing it in maybe with a tinted moisturizer on days that you just want something light, but you kind of want to look fresh-faced. Pretty. I really like this so far. You know, I like this already more than I like the Gucci primer that I picked up because that doesn't have any glow, but this one does. If nothing else, if it doesn't hydrate and if it doesn't hold the foundation, which it should, feels like it's going to, it at least gives you some luminosity. So it truly is a multitasker. Doesn't seem to be sitting on the skin anywhere. Feels really good. And the sheen is very subtle. I can definitely see in the viewfinder, I can tell my face has more glow, but when I look up close, I can't see shimmer sitting on the skin. I feel the same way about this packaging. I think it's very pretty. It does look luxurious, especially because you have this gold mirrored back. The gold top, it says Valentino, the full logo, not the little V logo. I just think it looks very pretty. It is a 0.84 fluid ounce bottle, so it's a little bit less than the standard 1 ounce. Worth noting. Maybe we don't have to use as much. It looks very thin. Ooh, so that's 2 pumps. I have a brush. Oh, I hope this isn't too dark. I did sunless tan this week because we had swim week. So I was out all week. Ooh, it feels really light. The formula is very thin. I feel like I could apply this with my fingers. I don't know if I need a brush. I feel like a brush might absorb some of the product. Let me see what I'm doing. I need a mirror. If it oxidizes, I think it will be too dark. No. Oh, I really like the finish. It's so thin, but it definitely covers. It seems like it's drying kind of fast, so I'm gonna start blending. Ah. Very first impression is that I really like it. I didn't really know what to expect. For some reason, I thought it was going to be sort of glowy and, I don't want to say oily, but a bit dewy, more emollient feeling, and it's not. It goes on and it feels very thin. It dries quickly to that demi-matte finish. Kind of looks like the perfect natural matte. Not dry, but it's not really greasy, oily, emollient at all. And it covers. Even though it's thin, it has really decent coverage. I can still see my skin shining through. I can still see some of my natural freckles when I look closely. But it's evened out everything. The shade seems to be a little bit dark. If it continues to oxidize as it dries down, it will be too dark on me. It's not terrible, but I will have to use this over the summer when I'm sunless tanning, which is fine. And then it still feels kind of supple. And that could be the combination of the primer as well. Ooh, but I like it. I want to show you the complete makeup look. So now I'm going in with the Hourglass Concealer. I recently finished one of my Pat McGrath labs, and I decided to pick this up because it had been a while. And it's nice and bright, so hopefully this will help brighten the overall makeup look since the foundation is pretty deep. Next, I'm going to set my concealer, and I'm using this Huda Beauty Banana Bread Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I've been using this for about a week now, and I really like it. I know I used it once when it was first sent to me a long time ago, but I picked it up again, and I'm really impressed. So just a little bit, just to set the concealer, make sure it doesn't crease. Typically I would go in with bronzer next, but instead I'm going to go in with this blush because I don't want to apply bronzer, warm up the face, and then you might not be able to see the blush as well on the skin. So we're going to blush first, and then I'll go back and add color where I need it. So this is the Eye to Cheek Dual Use Blush and Shadow in the shade 3. Now this compact feels very light. The packaging of the bottles, the foundation and the primer, this feels really heavy. It's glass, it feels weighted, substantial. It feels like any other luxury foundation. This feels so light. It feels very cheap, in my opinion. So as much as it looks very pretty, and I do think it looks nice, I'm disappointed in this. I don't know if the refillable compacts like this have the same weight. I would be so disappointed if I purchased that $200 clutch and it felt like this. This is not even worth I think it was $58 for the blush, over $50. Unfortunately, this is not refillable. Although it sort of looks like I could probably pop that out. But then, ooh, there goes the little brush. I wouldn't have anything to pop back in. Even before testing the product, this isn't something that I would recommend. The blush inside would have to be amazing, the most beautiful, incredible blush that I've ever tried in my entire life to be able to recommend this. Of course, it's not all about the packaging. You want the product to be great as well. But I just think there are so many other brands that have great products and packaging You want everything. I do like that they embossed the logo on top of the powder. It looks really pretty. Okay, let's see. This actually looks more like a crease brush. I know it's a blush eyeshadow. I think this would be better for the eyes than it is the cheeks. Oh, but it's doing a nice job. The shade is really interesting. It's plummier than I thought it was going to be. It's very different from everything else I have. That's a good thing. Okay, this brush is not cutting it. It's pretty. I like it. It's very soft. It's kind of a plummy pink, and it looks pretty sheer, which they did say it's meant to be sheer but buildable. I don't know if it's the prettiest blush I've ever seen. I'm not sure if it's so pretty that I don't mind this packaging anymore, but it is really nice. Ooh, it does feel really creamy. See, on the finger, it does look like it has a lot more glow. Let me swatch it for you. I just picked up my NARS Laguna Matte Bronzer. This is what I'm going to use to warm up my face. And there is a huge difference between the NARS Compact, which feels really heavy, and this Valentino blush. The NARS is definitely weighted. It feels more high quality. It feels like I could drop it and it wouldn't break. This feels like if I squeezed it too hard, I could potentially break it. With the bronzer, I think the blush looks really pretty. Kind of like doing the blush first. It worked out really nicely. And I always like to go back with a blank powder brush and just keep blending everything to make sure it's really soft. I'm going to fill in my eyebrows off camera and then I will come back and we will test the glitter. I'm back. I filled in my eyebrows and I did a very quick, very easy eye look using this Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Palette. I wanted to stick with something soft, matte brown. I did a little bit of this shade in the crease, added a little depth, and then I went on the lid with this very first kind of pale pearlescent color. So it's kind of my go-to 3 shadow eye. I wanted to complement the gold glitter. I want you to be able to see it, but also to have a complete look. So this is what I used for that. I'm sure you all have something very similar, if not this identical palette. And here we have the Dream Dust, Go for Gold. This is what the little pot looks like. Kind of reminds me of a pressed pigment, but it is not a pressed pigment. It's more of a pressed creamy glitter. I don't know what to compare it to because I've never tried anything like it. So you open it up. It's a cute little pot. I think it was $30-something, so pretty reasonable for a luxury brand. It has this little protector that kind of keeps everything down. And then this is what it looks like. Just gold glitter. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, it's not shimmer, it is true glitter. I was kind of hoping it would be more of a shimmer with glitter. I knew it would be sparkly, but it's very gummy. It has that clear gel that the glitter is suspended in, and then look at that. Just chunky glitter. Now, they say no fallout because it has that creamy gel base. I don't know how to apply this. I guess fingers, or I pulled out a brush just in case. I might go in with my fingers. But wow. So pretty. If you like glitter, this is perfect for you. I'm gonna do my best to Kind of flick some of that back in the pot. Ooh. I'm gonna use the brush. Let's see. Yeah, it's picking it up a little bit. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. I'm trying so hard not to be overly dramatic, but wow. It is intense glitter, but it sticks. No fallout, not yet. Knock on wood. Wow. That is so pretty. It doesn't look much different from some of the Pat McGrath Labs shimmers that I applied to the lid that have a lot of chunky glitter that falls all over my face. I think it looks kind of similar. It's hard to be precise, but I like it. For what it is, I think it works. I have a little bit just dropped right here. There we go. Oh my gosh. You know how glitter is. If I accidentally touch my face with the little finger that I used to dip, it's game over. I'll end up getting it all over myself because I'm spreading it all over the place, not because it's falling. Okay, yeah, I have a couple little glitter flecks right underneath the eye, but I'm not that concerned. I think it looks really pretty. Oh my gosh. I mean, look how beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. I'm not going to use it very often. It's more of a special occasion, birthday, anniversary, friend's birthday, definitely New Year's Eve, maybe holiday. And it really doesn't fall. I didn't want to wet my brush because I wasn't sure if that would interfere at all with the gel that's holding it together. I think that sort of acts as the glitter glue. It's kind of a built-in glitter glue because it keeps it nice and tacky. That way you don't get any of the flecks on your cheeks. Reminds me a lot, you know what it reminds me of? The Chanel. I'm trying to think. I feel like this is maybe a little bit more sparkle. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of New Moon. Those, is it the Illusion d'Homme eyeshadows? But I think there was a colorful base in those. Whereas this, you can see it's the glitter and then it's clear. Those have like a mixture of pigment and glitter, so it goes on and it looks like opaque sparkle, just like this. But it's not quite as chunky. But it's a similar effect. If you really like those for a dramatic evening look, I think you will like this. Here is our lipstick tube, the refillable packaging. I feel sort of the same way about this as I do about the blush packaging. I thought it was going to be more luxurious. I don't really like this. I'm not a fan of this. In photos, it looks beautiful. In person, it's a bit underwhelming. When I took it out of the box, I kind of thought, this is refillable? This? Why would I want to hold on to this? I mean, of course, the less plastic we throw away, the better. But there's just something about this red, and I think it's the same red from this. This part feels okay, and the top, I really like the gold detail, and I love the fact that the back is all gold because it's reflective and you can use it as a little mirror. Does this whole thing pop out? Okay, an off chance I don't want to break it. Does it twist? I was trying to see if I could maybe pop it out just to see what it looks like. Yeah, I don't want to break it. Okay, let me not break this lipstick since I didn't buy a refill. Just my honest thoughts. It's okay. It's nice. It looks prettier than it feels. Let's see what it feels like on the lips. So I'm going to line my lips with the Beige Natural Lip Liner from Chanel. It's kind of a standard nude. Feels creamy. Oh my god, my lips are so dry. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hot beige looks really pink. Hmm. Yeah, this is not the shade I expected it to be. I honestly thought it would just be nude. It feels very sheer. It feels really hydrating. Kind of reminds me of maybe like a Rouge Coco Flash. And yeah, you can build it up. I definitely have color on my lips, but it just doesn't feel special. My favorite lipstick formula, or if I'm looking at a luxury lipstick, the Jimmy Choo, the Tom Ford, Hourglass, I like a creamy lipstick that just hugs the lips where it goes on and it doesn't feel drying, but it's not so easy to swipe. You know, you can really feel it applying and layering on the lips. I like that. I think if you bought this and you like the color, you'll probably be happy with it. I would say if you're holding off to invest in a luxury lipstick and you're deciding whether or not it's worth it, I wouldn't go for this. I would go for other brands before I picked this up. It's peach, pinky peach. Not really pinky nude or nude at all. Okay, I'm gonna fix my hair. I'm gonna tidy up my little station right here, and then I'll come back and then I'm going to look close up in the mirror and give you my final thoughts on the Valentino Beauty. I can't put my finger on what I don't love about it. I thought maybe it was the lipstick, but I think it could be the lighting in this room because when I went to the bathroom to fix my hair, I thought, no wait, this lipstick looks pretty nice. It's not that I think any of the products are bad, I'm just not sure if I love this color combination. I probably would have done a true nude lipstick or something just a bit different than this particular shade. I do love the shade of the lipstick, but with a different eye look. So overall, I'm very happy with all of the products. Let me quickly do a recap. So I'm looking close up at my skin. I think the foundation looks really nice. I don't have any complaints. It didn't seem to oxidize much more. So I think the color should be fine. I could make this work whenever I'm tanning. I think the finish is nice. It's pretty matte. So if you don't like a matte finish, if you have dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this to you. But if you like a matte finish and you like something that's buildable coverage, I think it's really nice. It's so thin and lightweight and yet it covers. I don't really have anything bad to say about the foundation, and I really like the primer as well. I know the primer is just sitting underneath the foundation. I think my skin looks pretty smooth. It definitely looked luminous whenever I first applied the primer, so I like the primer as well. It looks matte, but it doesn't feel dry. Of course, that primer is supposed to have 24-hour hydration. So I really like the two complexion products so far. I also really like this Dream Dust in Go for Gold, the shimmer glitter that's all over my lids. It's really fun. It's pretty. For a glitter, I think this is probably the best because it's suspended in that clear gel, which holds everything together. If I watch the whole thing plop out. But if I turn it upside down, nothing's falling out. And of course you have a little protector to kind of stamp everything down. If you like glitter, I think you will really like this. I wanted to love this. I really wanted to love one of these compacts. I don't hate it. It's not terrible. But of course, when you're paying a luxury price tag, you don't want it to be good. You want it to be amazing. I think if I had a warm pink or a peachy blush on my cheeks, maybe the makeup would look better overall, but that's besides the point. I do like the color. I like the fact that it has a little sheen. It blended beautifully, just gorgeous on the cheek, on the skin. It looks really nice. When I look up close, I think it looks really pretty, very smooth. Will it be something that I use often? Probably not. And the lipstick, I'm a bit disappointed in the lipstick as well. For the same thing, I don't really love the packaging on this. And the lipstick itself, as much as the color has grown on me a little bit, not amazing. Very sheer, it feels very thin on the lips. It's just so-so. Mediocre lipstick formula and kind of basic packaging. You're always going to have hits and misses, but overall, I would say my opinion of the brand is still pretty positive. There were plenty of items that I tried today that I really loved, and complexion is such a tricky category. The fact that I really liked those products gives me hope for the future, and if they continue to bring out new products and change their formulas and update, and they just continue to evolve and get better and better, which hopefully they will, then I would absolutely purchase more things down the road. That completes today's review. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you found this video helpful. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I'm very curious to hear from you guys. Have you tried any of these products? Are you tempted by anything? Drop me a comment. We'll keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned, everything on my face, down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.